All right. I pushed the button. So I'm fully expecting mobile live dashboard. Manage your channel directly from your phone. Followed you. Activity feed. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a weird thing right now where my camera is here, but OBS is over here. And then the webcam, I guess if you're looking at me, it's correct. Cuz like this is my left hand. Yeah, this is my left hand, but it doesn't look like that. It's a weird mirror thing going on. So I have to flip it. So yeah, it's all, who knows. I actually have I have a newer webcam that's arriving tomorrow. Since I bought this one at Best Buy. And actually,
Because it looks great now.
It's Microsoft LifeCam.
Okay. So which one are you getting?
I got some kind of Logitech one that this one doesn't go to 1080p.
So you probably got the C920. Which is like it's their best one.
Yeah.
That's not 4K, but the 4K one is $200, which is kind of like not necessary.
Yeah. That's no.
I bought the Logitech C920 when it was still $150. Now it's down to $70 because the 4K one came out, but nobody needs that. I can't even, like, I don't know. I can't stream in 4K. I'm not going to record,
Yeah.
So no need for it.
There we go.
And I'm just here using whatever camera my Surface Pro came with.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
We're
at some
working
point,
on that.
Courtney.
Yes.
So, and then my microphone's finally back online, Courtney. So I went to do an art stream Monday night, and
did you figure out what it was?
I think something happened to the microphone itself. Like something physical happened to the microphone, because now, whereas I would only have to turn the gain up on the mic about halfway, I now have to turn it up all the way and had to readjust some settings. So I don't know if it like got blown out, or we've been having weird problems with like kind of power blips during the day again. Do you think
maybe Monty did something possibly?
No, I don't think he did anything.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I hope he didn't, but you never know.
Can I just read you this headline someone just sent to me?
Oh jeez.
Oh god.
This may be NSFW, but it's hilarious.
Oh, we might want to hold off on that then.
Well, it's a news headline. It's not like there's swearing or anything in it.
Oh, okay.
Okay then.
It says, man accused of raping a cow. He claims it is the reincarnation of his dead wife. That's
what?
Beautiful.
Was it in Florida?
That's the first thing I looked for. It was in Texas, but the first thing I looked for was this has got to be in Florida.
Yeah.
This has to be another reincarnation of Florida Man.
Oh, it's so funny. I took notes on the 2 movie trailers, by the way. Nothing big, though.
Oh, nice. And I'm not going to be able to pay attention to chat because I need my phone for the show notes, so that I don't.
I have it up
anything.
on my other monitor, so if there's anything that,
because I usually forget at least one thing, like every other week. That if we don't go in order, I will inevitably skip it, and of course, it will be something that I put in the intro.
Yeah. That was fun one week. That was
I don't have Google Docs open, so give me 1 second. What the hell is it anyway? I thought it was automatically. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Resume. That's what is the resume? Oh, this is. All right, there we go. All right, got it. Okay, now I'm set. Sorry, I didn't even think about the Google Docs thing until just now.
No, that's okay. Usually I keep it open, and then
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I added today. It on my phone. I added the PlayStation Classic after I saw that on your Facebook, Joey.
Yeah, I actually just saw that at work this morning too. Yeah. So I was actually going to add it if I was going to.
I will be pointing out one crucial thing that everybody seems to be missing when discussing the price, which is
that's too high.
AC adapter sold separately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I saw that.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. But the thing is,
that doesn't even make sense.
We're still gonna
I think Nintendo did it with the 3DS when it came out, and it was similar. Like thing, it was all blowing up about it.
Yeah, Nintendo has actually done that with a bunch of their different 3DSs. Because we get a bunch in stock that don't come with AC adapters.
Yeah.
What?
I think the trick though is with that one, I think you can still use
USB,
like the other. Like if you didn't have a new Nintendo 3DS, you could still use a regular 3DS AC adapter with it.
Yeah,
I think. So I already had 5 or whatever. But
can I post the thing that we're live now, or should I wait a couple minutes?
It should be fine. I mean, we've been live for 6 minutes now, so it should have caught up by then.
There's 4 in the chat room.
Woo!
Okay. Oh, really? Wow. God, that's 4 more than I usually have. Oh no, the pressure's on.
I've been posting about this for like the last 3 days. So.
Oh, dude, Joey, you rock, dude.
So the only active person is
the 2 Shenmue guys have retweeted it as well. So I hope that helps.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Big shout out to Josh C9997. I will not divulge your real identity. Since Courtney and I are aware of who exactly that is. We know. But yeah, we don't want to because that would be doxing, and doxing is wrong.
I thought his real last name was 997.
But yes, hi Josh. How are you doing?
All right, how do I post this?
I will see you on Friday.
And I will not. I will be setting up for a wedding, and actually probably around that time I'll be eating Chinese.
It's way too easy to click off of chat and hit browse.
Let's fix that. This is driving me.
Oh. and Nightbot gave him a warning for spamming caps. Yeah, that's right. I have Nightbot. So don't spam caps. I think posting links might be turned off in chat.
I think that's turned off by default.
Yeah, I pretty much just left everything off on default.
Yeah.
So, all right. So yeah. So unfortunately, I will again have to be turning chat off so that I can actually look at the show notes.
My stupid laptop does not want to stay up tonight.
So all of you folks there in chat, Josh, play nice. So I will jump in and stop the show and ban people if I have to.
We don't want him to have to do that, people.
No.
He gets really salty when he has to ban people.
And this week especially, I am so salty.
He is so full of salt already. We don't need it anymore.
It's like every single project that I have attempted to do, there has been some sort of catastrophic failure with it. All right, but yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
So, all right, going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up on episode 113, Nintendo Direct News, Loki Netflix series, special guest Joey Image, and much, much more on the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first live episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. And welcome back, all of you returning listeners. I am your host, Sean Hayes. One of my wonderful co-hosts, as always, Courtney Bolin.
Hi, everybody.
Josh York is off this week. He's doing, I don't know, something or whatever.
I don't know, he's doing something fun.
But we have special returning guest, Joey Image.
Woo!
Good evening, folks. How are you?
Yes.
What's going on?
Welcome back, Joey.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Joey, I think the last time we had you on, I was still just using my phone for the podcast.
That was a long time ago, right?
It was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got quite a bit of news. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week, so why don't we just get right into it? Nintendo Direct. After being delayed a week, we got that, and there are all sorts of tasty news for it. I mean, I think the big thing is almost every non-Nintendo Final Fantasy game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And I say almost because Final Fantasy VIII is like the only one that's been left out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting 7, 9, 10, 10-2, the mobile 15.
Yep.
Like the mobile version of 15.
Chocobo
Dungeon kind of a thing. We're getting Crystal Chronicles back. But yeah, no Final Fantasy VIII. There will be no Gunblades, no Squall, none of that on Nintendo Switch. Some other things.
We're getting so much.
Yeah. Big hit was Animal Crossing was announced for 2019.
Yes.
After kind of a trolling thing. I love the fact that in these directs now, Nintendo seems to troll people with Smash Brothers and thinking that either trolling people with new fighters or making it seem like there's a new game announcement and then announcing a new fighter for Smash. So like Isabelle, they showed Isabelle wandering around the mayor's office in Animal Crossing, and everybody thought, oh, this is it, this is a new Animal Crossing game, and then they announced Isabelle's coming to Smash, and then it was just a roller coaster of emotion for Animal Crossing fans. And then they showed Tom Nook, and then it became, oh no, is this an Animal Crossing announcement, or is the evil landlord overlord himself, Tom Nook, going to make an appearance in Smash and proceed to not only smash people but smash their financial situations? And it turns out no, it's actually announcing the new game. There were no other details for it. Presumably it is more in line with the mainline series. It doesn't look like it's going to be some sort of Pocket Camp kind of a thing. So there is that.
I'm like, I don't know. I was okay with Pocket Camp for about 3 weeks, and then I just couldn't keep on it. Right. Yeah. So I'm excited for new Animal Crossing for Switch, because my DS is love it dearly. My Switch is winning out.
Yeah.
Which is why I am so excited that the Nintendo Switch Online is finally live, and we're going to be able to get access to all those other awesome games. And cloud storage.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll finally have cloud storage, with the exception of Splatoon 2, and there's one other game in which it will not, like, cloud storage isn't available for it. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But some other news, Diablo 3 So it's been previously announced Diablo 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch. So not only will it have online multiplayer and wireless multiplayer, like local multiplayer, but you will be able to do single screen couch co-op.
Nice.
This, I love this.
That's going to be awesome.
It really makes it feel like Gauntlet at that point, where I wonder if like if in order to progress through a screen, like everybody has to move as a group, or if you'll be able to just wander off screen and like get mauled by demons and you won't see it, kind of thing. It will also, fans of the instance will be happy to know that Scott Johnson's prediction of Blizzmeebos will come true to some degree, in that Diablo 3 will have full amiibo support.
Oh, beautiful.
That you will be able to scan any and all amiibos, and I think it gives you like treasure chests, like loot chests.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see if they're going to make any new ones, and if they do, I can't wait to see them when they come in.
Yeah.
At work.
Included in the sort of bundle, you get a Ganondorf armor set. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's class specific, because that would kind of ruin the point. But yeah, so you suit up, and I think the helmet just is like Ganondorf's head, so that you just run around as Ganondorf, just like mauling demons and goat men and that sort of stuff. So just to run through this really quick, there's going to be Civ 6 is coming on November 16th.
Yep.
Yoshi's Crafted World is spring 2019. Daemon Ex Machina, which is the game that we tried to tell Josh about, where it's cel-shaded mech battles in the future. So it's like post-apocalyptic cel-shaded mech battles.
Yep.
And Asmodee is releasing a bunch of board games onto Switch, namely Carcassonne, Lord of the Rings, the Living Card Game, Pandemic, Settlers of Catan, and Munchkin, or some sort of Munchkin property, with more board games being announced.
That's going to be really fun.
I may have to get a Switch.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one. I just wasn't interested when it was first released, and then the last couple of weeks I'm seeing some cool stuff.
Dude, you should totally get a Switch, and you should totally get, if your local GameStop has one available, the new Smash Brothers Switch that is being
yeah, so there's a Smash bundle coming out where
yep.
That's kind of cool.
It's gonna look sick.
I don't think you get Smash with it though, because Smash comes out a month later.
Oh no, it will. It will be preloaded on it, and you'll be able to play it later. Like once it releases, you'll be able to play it. They're doing that with a bunch of different things. Across a lot of different.
It gives you like an unlock code or something like that, preloaded on, so that way when it goes live, it just auto downloads. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they're doing that with a lot of systems. There's a couple of others that are coming out later this fall, and I can't remember them off the top of my head right now, but that come with the game preloaded onto it. Fallout 76, Xbox, that's what it is.
Right.
It's coming on it.
Does it come preloaded, or is it like preloaded and pre-ordered?
It's coming, to my knowledge, it's coming like or it comes on it and it unlocks on the launch day.
Okay.
To the best of how I remember how the girls on the TV are talking about it at work. Because that's how I get most of my information, is from the girls on the GameStop TV.
Yeah.
Because I listen to them all day long.
So yeah, but it also has some really cool, just the Smash logo etched, I guess, like etched into the Switch itself.
Into the dock and into most of the Joy-Cons. Yeah.
So yeah. But if that's not your thing, Joey, you can always pick up a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee edition.
That's not for me.
Where it's covered in
I've never been a Pokemon guy.
It's covered in Pikachus and Eevees, and then like one of the Joy-Cons is like a brown and cream color, and then the other one's a yellow and dark brown color.
Yep. No, it's not like covered in Pikachus and Eevees. It has one Pikachu and one Eevee on the dock station.
but then the back of it though is all sorts of little ones. I thought.
I hadn't seen that picture yet, but
yeah,
who knows? I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Yeah. And then this is another big one, October 16th, Starlink, with a special for Switch only, like a special Star Fox campaign built into the game.
Oh, nice.
So like they actually, I guess, added in a bunch of animations and story plot and everything, like rewrote a story for the Switch version where instead of just like the normal crew that you have, it's at one point Star Fox is chasing Star Wolf and they just show up and they're like, oh, we should help these guys. And then all of a sudden now like Star Fox is part of your team. So yeah. It ironically, Ubisoft is making what looks like the best Star Fox game for the past, we'll say decade. And it's not even Star Fox, really. It's like they're just making a cameo. But yeah, so you'll be able to get the R-Wing as part of your like squadron kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then City Skylines is available right now, and some sort of RPG called Town, which is I think a working title, coming out in 2019. So, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the Direct.
Yeah.
Next up, it was announced there's a Netflix animated series called Hilda coming out this Friday, September 21st. It's basically an animated series about a little girl, lives presumably...
Let me guess, her name is Hilda.
Her name is Hilda. I think she's supposed to live in like Norway or Sweden or Finland.
Makes sense.
Where she is friends with all sorts of monsters and trolls and everything that live out in the countryside, and like little fairies and elves and stuff. And then her mom, I think due to work, says like they're moving to the city. She's very sad about that. But then when they move to the city, she makes friends with a local Girl Scout troop. And then she introduces them to a bunch of local trolls and elves and spirits and stuff like that within the city. So it just looks like a cute little thing. It reminded me a lot of like Gravity Falls, and I was a big fan of that series. So that will probably be the first Netflix series in a while that I really check out and binge probably.
That you binge properly.
Yeah.
Because we all know there is a proper way to binge and a not proper way to binge.
Which is Courtney's way or everyone else's way.
Yeah.
That seems like it'll be easy to binge too, because it's only 13 episodes, 25 minutes each.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can do that in a night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will get about 50% more episodes out of it than Disenchanted. I think. So, in Disney news, they talked a little bit more about their streaming service in an article from Variety, where it looks like Disney is looking to spend big money, or Marvel rather is looking to spend big money on several series, including one surrounding Loki and one surrounding Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
These will be starring their corresponding Avengers series actors. So Tom Hiddleston will be starring in the Loki series.
Yes.
These will be produced by Marvel Studios, not Marvel Television. So Kevin Feige will be overlooking these series. And so yeah, they're having cinema level production values on
that's awesome.
I'm
on
excited.
The series. Yeah.
I love me some Loki.
We're talking dozens of millions of dollars.
Wow, dozens of millions is a lot of millions.
Yes,
dozens of millions.
Yeah. So, it looks like they're looking to do that to kind of like really promote Disney's streaming service.
I mean, I don't blame them.
I absolutely don't. And this is a surefire way to get people to sign up for it.
Nope, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
I think they did say that they're not looking to do series related to kind of the A-listers, we'll say. So, like, you won't see a Captain America series, you won't see an Iron Man series,
because
you won't see a Thor series.
They still couldn't afford that.
I want a series featuring Korg and Mick.
Yes.
And Ant-Man's buddies.
Yes.
And Spider-Man's best friend. Yeah, I want a sidekick series.
You want the sidekicks is what you want.
Yes.
With Miles and yes.
Yes, I do. But mostly I want a series with Korg and Mick.
I mean, just give us those two and we'd be happy.
Yes.
At the very least. Miles would be a really fun mix with those two at the very least.
Yeah.
That would be a very fun mix.
Yeah.
Or give them both like a buddy cop movie or show.
Oh, now I want to see Korg and Mick dressed up in police outfits and doing like a Law and Order series.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Or I guess rather like to keep the same level of humor, like a Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
kind of series.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If Brooklyn Nine-Nine hadn't gotten renewed, you could grab Terry Crews and put him in that series as well.
Yes, because Terry Crews would be just keep having him as the same character.
Yes. Yeah.
Same character, just totally different galaxy.
Yep.
Yeah. That would be beautiful.
And then in addition to the streaming service, we got not one, but 2 trailers dropped this week.
Yeah.
We got Captain Marvel and we got Mary Poppins Returns. So, I guess we should start talking about Captain Marvel first.
Looks awesome.
It looks so good. And I don't really know a whole lot about Captain Marvel besides
neither do I.
Just like reading background stuff on Wikipedia because
is that the one that people are complaining about that it's a woman? Or no, there was something that came out.
Yes.
It was that. Who cares? It looks awesome.
But
yeah, and I think it's Brie Larson, correct?
Right. I believe so. I just watched it an hour ago too. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think Brie Larson.
It looks so good.
Captain Marvel. And then we'll see a young Phil Coulson and a young I can't remember why Nick Fury.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't get a chance to watch that trailer.
It looks great.
But I did see the other one. I did see the Mary Poppins one.
Yeah. But yeah, so Captain Marvel, we're gonna get a lot of Top Gun moments, it seems like, which is great. And at one point, she punches an old lady on the bus.
Yep.
So the prevailing theory is that the old lady might be a Skrull, some kind of shapeshifter in the Marvel universe. But I have also seen posited that it would be interesting if in that particular shot it was if there was a shapeshifter that was posing as Captain Marvel, and in order to like discredit her, kind of a thing. So.
Oh, I get.
Yeah, like posing as Captain Marvel, and then like just going around like hitting random people.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mayhem. Yeah,
it's a cool little storyline there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's spring 2019. I don't think they've given a hard release date yet, but
no, but that trailer, I mean, that movie looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see that opening night. That looks great.
For all you 90s kids, it's got plenty of 90s nostalgia, given that the opening shot is she falls into a Blockbuster video.
I love that. That was the only note I took about this when I watched it. The first thing that they showed was Blockbuster Video.
I was like, does it count as product placement if the company doesn't really exist anymore?
Nope. There's one Blockbusters left.
In Oregon.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was 9 at the beginning of this year, and then by June, 8 of them were gone.
Yeah.
Which is really upsetting because I worked. I didn't work at Blockbuster, but I worked at 3 other video stores for a total of like 9 years. It was the most fun job I've ever had.
We actually, so I have recently learned in my hometown there is still a video store
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
And
I want to open one.
I don't know what they have available, but I kind of wanted to just walk in.
There's actually a video store in Pittsfield too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Nice.
So jealous.
It's down off of Elm Street.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's hope that doesn't get robbed this week.
Must be a nightmare.
Oh my God! Please don't.
So in local news, we've had a recent string of robberies that have happened.
Daylight robberies.
What was considered a quote unquote safe neighborhood in Pittsfield. So it's like rocking the community, and it's been
the bank that my that my store is in.
3 in the past week.
Robbed.
That's fun.
2 banks, 1 Domino's.
Yeah. 1 Domino's.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one was pizza or for the money?
That one was a late night robbery. Some guy. It was like 80 degrees out, and they showed up in a winter parka.
What?
And walked out with
probably. That guy robbed a bunch of money and then went and bought Domino's somewhere else with
probably a couple $100, and then ran out of the building wearing a ski parka. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we'll see pagers and beepers, Blockbuster Video, Top Gun references.
Oh God, could you imagine? Could you imagine if this movie brings back Blockbuster Video?
Like that would be amazing.
Like Captain Marvel, like not on Netflix, not on Disney, nothing, just exclusively only for rental and only a Blockbuster Video that are now all over the country again. That would be. I would buy a franchise just for that.
I mean, Disney could sink some money into it, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, Disney can get a lot of things done.
And have it be an exclusive. That's the only place that you can buy Disney Video.
Yep, Ooh. That would be hilarious.
That would be awesome.
I wouldn't put it past them to do it either.
Yeah. I mean, I would. There's no way that they're going to do that, but
yeah.
But so yeah, we also got Mary Poppins Returns.
That looks awesome.
There is
I can't wait to see that.
A distinct lack of a certain mohawked blue gentleman wearing a leather jacket and an arrow.
Dick Van Dyke's in it, so I'm excited.
Dick Van Dyke is in this movie.
I'm so excited that he's in it.
He won't play Bert.
No.
However, Dick Van Dyke had 2 roles in the original movie, and I did not know this. So he played Bert, and then he also played
one of the Munchkins?
Gentleman that owns the bank.
No way.
One of the older gentlemen that owns the bank. Yeah, the main guy.
I didn't know that part either.
I have to go back and watch that now.
Yep. So the character he's playing is that gentleman's son, who now owns the same bank. So essentially he's playing. He played a father, and now he's playing the son, and they own the same bank. So he's basically reprising kind of the same role in the same just arc of the story. But yeah,
cool.
I saw him like in the reveal when he was talking about it with Lin-Manuel Miranda. But then to find out that he's actually in the movie was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm you know what? Stoked. I didn't expect him to be. I just didn't. I don't know. I just figured he's too old. But and they saved him for like the very end of the trailer.
Yep.
I was the whole time. I was like, oh, this is like. It looks great, and I definitely need to see it. And like, I love that movie growing up. I watched it a million times. I love the.
I loved the books,
but like,
I read the books when I was little.
But I was like, oh, maybe I won't see this. And then he popped up. I'm like, dude, that's it. I'm in. In fact, I sent Sean a message right away. I'm like, dude, Dick Van Dyke's in it. I gotta go see it.
And I remember when I brought up that there was a Mary Poppins trailer, and I sent it to Joey. Joey said like, what is it, like a remake or something or whatever? And I was like, it's a sequel. And he's like, well, this is completely unnecessary.
Right.
Well, because there was a sequel book. You guys do know that, right?
I know that.
Yeah, but I was never a book. I did, but I'm not a book guy. I'm a movie guy.
Oh, the book was the book in the sequel was good.
I wonder if this is based on that then.
I hope so.
Or if the movie goes in a completely different direction.
I really, really hope that it's close to the movie. The movie is close to the book because that book was awesome.
So what we do know, excuse me, is it will. She comes back, and the bank's children are now grown up, and
Nope, it's not following the story.
And
it's not following
the
well, there goes that theory.
I can't remember the kids' names, but it's the boy, now has 3 children of his own. Their mothers died. And
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, they ask like, well, are you here to watch she said something like, I'm here to watch the Banks children.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of thing like, well, are you watching, our kids? Are you come to watch us or whatever? And she just replies like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Looks like it will be a musical. There is at least one musical number.
I like the part where they say, you look like you haven't aged at all. And she's like,
and she gets offended. Yeah.
Age.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like there will be some kind of blended animated sequence.
Yeah,
which I thought was interesting.
Really cool.
Nice.
Considering that was with the original author, that was a hotly contended point in the first movie.
That was her least favorite part of the entire movie.
That when the movie was being made, she explicitly told Disney no animation, and then
she hated the penguins.
And then Disney kind of did it behind her back anyway.
Yeah,
and then added.
There's a movie about that.
Yes, too. Saving Mr. Banks. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So it looks pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, it's weird for me to say that I'm supposed to be this big, manly, tough wrestler guy, but I can't wait to see Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
See, I'm still excited to see it, but I wish, and I hope that some of the adventures will at least go along with the book, because some of the adventures in the second book were awesome, and I really, really, really want to see a couple of them portrayed through this. So I'm hoping that they do some sort of we're looking after the original kids' kids, but let's give them the awesome stories and the awesome adventures, because they really are great. Yeah. There's a reason why there had to be a second book.
Yeah. And Lin-Manuel Miranda is sort of filling in the role that Bert had, where he plays, he doesn't play a chimney sweep, but he plays some other similar,
he's like a handian general.
Yeah.
Does whatever he kind of
Yeah, he's kind of like a general contractor.
General contractor.
Who's basically dressed like a chimney sweep.
Yeah.
But then, he basically fulfills the same role, but he doesn't have any connection to Bert. They made sure to spell that out.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I didn't hear if he wrote any of the songs or not. But I'd be very surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, so. I would be too, considering Hamilton and all of that.
And Moana.
Yes, and Moana and everything else that he's had his hands in so many different projects. So
yeah. All right.
What is was there a release date on that other than I think 2019? Or was it this year?
No, I think it's
December, isn't it? Or no?
It's December or January. But it's soon. Soon.
Okay, good,
Very
good.
Soon.
I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
After that, we have more people in chat.
Woo! Hi, nice. Chat.
Oh, 2 friends of mine that are regular viewers of mine as well.
Awesome.
Oh no, Nightbot. I broke Nightbot by trying to do Patreon something. I think I did it wrong.
Oh yeah, I keep saying that.
Yeah. Oh well. We'll talk about it at the end of the show anyway. So, Next up, PlayStation Classic.
Oh my gosh.
I saw quite a few posts on Twitter talking about how the marketing for this is interesting because it plays up into this narrative of Sony copying Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
right.
Yes.
So and people were pointing out right down to the imagery where it's just a white blank background and then a single hand holding the mini console and using the classic thing. Now
that's exactly what I thought when I saw it.
But digressing,
it's a simplistic way to do it.
Yeah, and if it works, it works. I mean, it's not. It's not using anything copyrighted or trademarked or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just sort of jumping onto a similar marketing strategy. I would have loved to have seen like something that says like calling it like the PlayStation Returned. or something like that. Calling it like crawling back from the grave kind of a thing. Make it a little edgier, darker and edgier kind of thing. But that would probably have been Sega.
Yeah.
I don't really like the name Classic or Mini. Like, it's so overdone and like blah. I don't know what you would call it, but I mean, I don't have any.
And
I have
especially
nothing better to add, but
especially since it's been used for 2 products now already, like in this sort of marketplace of them.
Right.
Because I think Sega called theirs something different. But I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I can't remember, unfortunately.
But anyway, so for $99, you will get 20 games. Sony, as of this afternoon, had not yet released a full list of the games, but it will include Final Fantasy VII, Ridge Racer 4, I think.
I don't know. I saw those few titles this morning at work.
Yeah. And as users pointed out, many of the titles are also currently available on PS4 through like a classic games service.
Mm-hmm.
It will use the classic, to use that word again, the sort of the original PlayStation style controllers. So it will have buttons, no analog sticks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So some of the games on it are Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, and Wild Arms.
Tekken 3. Oh, and Wild Arms, that's right.
Yes, I knew there was a couple others, and I'm like, wait, what were they?
Wild Arms is really good. Final Fantasy VII is, of course, really good. I would have to say, visually, if I recall correctly, I think Wild Arms might hold up better than 7.
Yeah.
7, like most Nintendo 64 games, did not really age well visually. But one important thing to note for consumers interested in this, AC adapter is sold separately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if a price was ever released for the AC adapter.
Means it's probably going to be around $15 to $20 more.
Yeah.
So
that's ridiculous.
But I think it's kind of cool that it is launching on December 3rd, which according to NBCnews.com, which I just pulled up, is apparently exactly 25 years after the original PlayStation was launched.
25?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
I can't believe that I'm older than PlayStation.
I still have my PS1 behind me. I don't know if I'm going to actually buy this one.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that I'm older than PlayStation.
And what kind of power plug does it take? I mean, I may already have it. You know?
It was not clear.
I have a bunch of them, like the little round ones, and I have whatever.
So one of the things
that
people brought up was that if it uses similar architecture to Nintendo's ones, like could you just unplug it from like your Super NES Classic or your NES Classic and plug it into the PlayStation? We don't know.
if the power cable ends up being like mini USB or micro USB or whatever, then this will be hacked very quickly.
Oh,
probably.
So quickly.
Yeah. So
quickly. Yep.
And it doesn't take discs, which means it's running basically on an emulator somewhat, I would guess.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
That PSX ROMs are going to be able to be, it's going to be able to be hacked. So
yeah, the Nintendo ones.
If that happens, then I might get it.
Well, considering if you own a Vita, you can purchase PS1 games on that.
Yeah, but that's not free.
But but I'm saying like people are gonna find really easy if they can hack it, it'll be done quickly.
Right. Yeah,
right.
I'm sure they could buy them on the Vita and then
Yep.
Here,
port them over.
I'll be right back. Doorbell's ringing. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah. So Courtney,
yeah.
I mean, it's the case where with the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic, I mean, those were hacked like within 2 weeks, kind of a thing.
Oh yeah.
And most of what people are doing is they're hacking it, and then they're like putting like 40 more games on it.
Yeah, it's not that they're like doing anything else. They're just putting more games.
Which, granted, that means that you have to get those games via like some sort of emulating site, which the legality of which is dubious. And
just a little.
They may have been shut down by now by Nintendo, but
probably.
Yeah.
But all right.
But yeah, so
not even for me. I live in me and my fiance live in a 2-family house. Her father lives downstairs, owns the house. So it was a food delivery for him. So I feel like an idiot running down there. He's like shirtless with his boxers on, like, oh, what's up?
Oh, the joys of life.
Yeah, that'll actually. I'm actually interested to see, because I'm sure like it'll get hacked, within some amount of time. Yeah. But to see, number one, how long it takes, and then what people are doing with it, because as I explained to Courtney, with the Nintendo ones, what people are doing is they're just taking other emulated versions of like Nintendo and Super Nintendo games and putting them on the respective devices.
Right, that's what I did. Mine, my NES Classic has like 600 games on it. My Super NES Classic. I only put the games on it that I played, so I only have like 170 or something like that. Yeah, 150 maybe. But
only.
NES Classic, I just added everything. I'd like to see the although I don't know, but I'd like to see it get hacked and have like a PS2 emulator added to it also.
Ooh,
that might be possible.
But I still have the original PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. So
yeah, I still have my 2.
I don't see myself buying it.
I still have my PlayStation 2.
That was such a great system.
That was my second system. My first system was a Dreamcast.
I have 3 of those. I am in love with Dreamcast. They're right here. I'm looking at one of them right now. That's my favorite console of all time.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about the Dreamcast, why don't we move into... So, it's not really recent news.
No, it's been out for a little while.
But because we have Joey here, and I know when this came out, and I was joking with Courtney and Josh about this. It had gotten to the point, no offense, Joey, that I actually muted the keyword on Twitter. Because I would look at my feed and it was basically filled with Shenmue, and I was like,
yeah, I love it.
Like,
I have met so many people online since that came out just from the hashtag.
Yep.
I mean, I must have gained like 60 followers like in the first week.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Just from the hashtag, I know I love the game, but I didn't really realize that there was like such a huge community for it until like the re-release was mentioned. I mean, was announced. I mean, I backed the Kickstarter for 3 years ago, which still is not going to be out until August of next year. But
I was going to say, 1 and 2 just came out like as a remake. I knew that, but
right.
But
it was it was last month, so it's not that far away.
No, it's not.
Right, it was like the August 21st, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a really soft launch, but the people that we've got that came in and wanted it were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like, where is it? I've been waiting for it." But
I wanted some of the GameStop promotional material stuff, and I forgot all about it. And I went like a week after it was out, and my buddy Gus, that works at the one by me, is like, "Oh, that shit's all gone." Like, oh man,
dude, you gotta tell your buddy, hold on to some for me, dude.
I didn't even think about it. I forgot all about it. I got some cool World of Warcraft stuff though when Legion came out last 2 years ago.
Speaking about talking about GameStop exclusive stuff, so you guys can anybody who plays Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon can stop into your local GameStop and ask for I think I'm pronouncing this right, a Poiple, a shiny code.
Right, that's that new legendary.
Yep. For that new legendary, your local GameStop should have one.
All right.
If you have Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, not if you have regular Sun or Moon, though.
I don't even know what those are.
It's Pokemon.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Pokemon.
Courtney's derailing the subject and bringing it back to Pokemon, but
yeah, that's why I don't know.
We are talking about beating up gangsters in the 80s using
86, the first
all
one.
sorts of martial arts.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I'm not gonna lie, I wondered what it was about. So I was excited that when I saw this was on our topics for tonight.
Yeah, so I was like, I remember hearing about Shenmue when it first came out on the Dreamcast. But I wasn't super familiar with it. I heard about it because, at the time I was paying attention to other video game news through magazines.
Whoa.
Like Electronic Gaming Monthly, when it was, like you could actually buy it at the
Oh my
grocery
god,
store.
I love EGM.
I
miss EGM, man. I haven't looked at any video game mags in a long time.
I still get it, actually, through my GameStop membership. I
get Game Informer.
I was gonna say your Game Informer magazine.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not the same as EGM.
Yeah, it's Game Informer now.
Oh,
yeah, I get that.
No, I believe they were separate magazines. So that's on me, folks. That's on me. There were so many. So I looked it up. I familiarized myself with it a little on Wikipedia and everything. One thing that stood out was sort of the intricacies of sort of the world itself, and how NPCs like would have different conversations during the day. They would have their own schedules. Like shops would open and close during at certain times and everything. And I'm trying to think if there were other games that had those mechanics in them before Shenmue had come out. And
I don't believe so. I think this is the first that I know of, at least, and I got it when it came out. This is the reason why I bought a Dreamcast, is I could not wait for this game.
Yeah.
Really?
I bought Dreamcast September 9th, 1999 when it came out. It helped that I worked at what's now GameStop, but was Babbage's at the time.
Yep.
So somehow one of the sale units disappeared into the back into my car, and part of it took part of my paycheck, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
We got like
okay.
4 units in, and I ended up putting one in the back for myself and buying it after we closed, but before it closed out the drawer. But I bought it after we
closed out the register.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I was telling everyone that, we only got 3 in. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, there's one in the back that had my name on it. But this was the reason. Shenmue was the reason why I bought a Dreamcast. It came out, I think it was a couple months later. I don't remember when. It was sometime in 2000, I believe. And I think this was the first like fully open world game. Like Sean said, like you can interact with people, and like depending on the time of day it is in the game, like they say different things, and depending on what area you're in, like there'll be a model for obviously an NPC model in one area that is the same as one in another area, but they'll say different things, and again, time of day, and also what story you're in the middle of. It's weird. It doesn't have quests, but it has like you need to do things in steps. So if there's like one storyline where it's like 3 steps, if you're on step 1, some random guy in the street will say something different than he'll say if you're on step 3, for example.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Yeah, it really paved the way for games
really
like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii and 2, which have very in-depth systems like that, where, well, especially 1, where it's the same thing, where an NPC, you might find them in like 3 different locations throughout a city, depending on the time of day and everything.
Right.
And the only thing that I can think of before that would even have a system like that is like how in Ocarina of Time, how like at night, things are different, and like people are like indoors as opposed to outside, kind of a thing.
There's generic NPC stuff too.
Yeah, and it's like, nowhere near that level of complexity.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's generic NPC stuff too. Like you'll walk up to a guy in the street and say, "Excuse me," and he goes, "Ask somebody else," and just walks away. I'm like, hey, relax. I didn't even ask for the one to ask you yet, man. Yeah. Calm down. But I don't even know what drew me to it. I think just the open world thing is you could just walk around and do what, like, you don't even have to follow the storylines. You can just walk around. You can go to the U arcade on Double Eater Street and just play Super Hang-On for hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's awesome. There's something else. There's 3 or 4 classic Sega games, which I forget. I know Super Hang-On. I forget what the other 2 or 3 are, but it's one of my favorite games of all time.
So Joey, I have a question for you. Have you played the Yakuza games?
No, I've been told I have to.
I was gonna say, because that sounds very similar with like side games and stuff like that.
I've been told they're very similar, and 3 or 4 guys from the original Shenmue team left Sega and made Yakuza. So there's a lot of influence. But I was at a video game convention this past weekend, coincidentally called a video game convention.
I love that name, by the way.
I know, it's awesome. I go every year. They've only had 4, 15, 16, 17, and 2018. I couldn't go 2017 because my surgery was the day before it. But I went 15 and 16, and it was in a much smaller venue. This past weekend, I should say, was enormous. I didn't even know that it was happening on Sunday, so unfortunately I didn't go. But Saturday I went. Saturday I went only for the 2 Shenmue panels, and the 2 guys. One of them is Corey Marshall, who is the English voice actor for the main character in Shenmue, Ryo Hazuki. And the other guy is Adam Koralik, who describes himself as just a fan who loves the game, but he's also done some work for Sega with the series. Like, for example, they sent him to Japan to take video and pictures and stuff like that for the production of 3. But so we were on the panel. Someone actually brought up the fact that somebody asked, have you guys ever played the Yakuza games? And Adam Koralik was like, I have played them. And he's like, really? People compare them a lot. And again, I haven't played any of them, but people compare them a lot. But really, other than like these 3 things he listed, they're really completely separate things. But there was a lot of influence because, but there was a lot of influence because like 4 guys from the original Shenmue team at Sega left and made that.
Okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
but I do want to pick up. I mean, isn't there like 6 now or 8 or something of
Yakuza? The Yakuza Kiwami 2 just launched. The ones before that is Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 6 Song of Life. Those are the ones that I see the most.
So
I think there's
I should start from the beginning. Yeah,
I think there's at least a couple more, but I
haven't even finished Shenmue 2 yet. Actually, I like I said, I bought the original Shenmue when it came out for Dreamcast. It was 4 discs. I was like, as soon as I didn't know that
4 discs.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I don't know how many games did the whole multi-disc
right here. Nice. I don't know if you can see it, but Corey Marshall autographed it right there.
Very nice.
He was so cool. And I just got to put him over for a second. He was the coolest guy. He'd never done a con before, and he was afraid no one was going to show up because the game is so old. And even though it had just been re-released, he's like, well, but the only people I feel like that bought it are people that have already played it or bought it in the original and for nostalgia or whatever. But he had a line. I mean, he had a line. He was like not, he didn't have 5 minutes himself for most of the day Saturday. Plus, he had 2 panels and 1 live stream, which I don't even know when they announced it because I never saw it. But he signed everything for everyone. He didn't charge a dime.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, dude, you got to give me your email address. I got to PayPal you a couple bucks or something. He signed 4 different things. I actually bought Shenmue 2 for Xbox just so he would sign it. And I don't have an Xbox. I never did. But Shenmue 2 only came out. This only came out on the original Xbox and the European Dreamcast, which obviously I don't have. So I've never played 2 until the PS4 re-release last month. So in fact, I was looking for the European version for Dreamcast and nobody had it at the con. So I just happened to find this for $10. And I bought it just so he would sign it. But he signed this. He signed like the original, like I said, 1. He signed the PS4 re-release box, and then the PS4 one came with like a poster, which is basically just nothing special. It's just the box art bigger, whatever. But he signed that too. It was awesome.
Nice.
But so I never got to play 2 back in the day. So during these panels, they were talking about like the ending, and there's like some kind of cave somewhere in the game, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then when I went up to get the stuff autographed, and he's like, oh, so what's your favorite part of 1? I'm like, oh, dude, the arcade. What about 2? I'm like, I don't know. I'm only like halfway through it. And he's like, but I saw you at both of the panels. I go, yeah. So all that stuff was spoilers to you. I'm like, that's no big deal. I don't care, dude. I'm like, I literally only came to this, like, I go to the, like I said, it's a con that I've gone to every one of them so far.
Yeah.
Other than last year. So I probably would have went anyway, but my main focus, and like I said, it was 2 days. My main focus for going Saturday because that's when the Shenmue panels were. So I essentially only went Saturday to meet those guys and to watch that stuff. And I was blown away. I mean, it's actually the first panel that they did is live on their Twitch. And the whole con itself will probably be on my YouTube tonight because I did like I filmed just like 45-50 minutes of stuff that I'm gonna try to edit down to watch. But I was there for 9 hours, so 45 minutes isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But when they announced the PS4 re-released, I pre-ordered it instantly on Amazon and it showed up that day or whatever. I'm so excited that it came out. I haven't played through 1 on PS4. Have you guys played 1 or 2 at all yet?
No,
I haven't.
No, so confession time. So growing up, aside from a Game Gear with like 2 games that my brother had, that my younger brother got, I don't know, for some reason, we only had Nintendo consoles growing up. And then I've pretty much continued that trend. There was a couple years ago I bought a PS2 for DDR Max 2 and then used it like twice, and then it sat in a closet kind of a thing. So I'm pretty much PC and Nintendo. So I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation or anything like that.
I'm sure you can. This is probably on YouTube, but there is a Shenmue the Movie.
Oh my goodness!
Which I watched it the other night. It's essentially just all the cutscenes from 1, which was really kind of depressing. But like I thought it was going to be some kind of like new animated thing. Like I had heard of it, but I never saw it. I never even thought to look for it on YouTube.
I have seen people do that with like StarCraft, like StarCraft 2. They made StarCraft 2.
I've seen people put it together, but this is official Sega release. So I thought it was going to be some kind of I mean, it comes with the Xbox version of Shenmue 2. So I thought like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's like some kind of animated thing or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's just the cutscenes. Oh well, like it's cool. I love it, but it's not what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But so I never played. I started to say before, I haven't played 1 on the PS4 re-release. I'm assuming it's the same thing. I played 1 on Dreamcast a couple months ago, and I streamed it on my Twitch. I have a little HDMI converter deal that hooks my Dreamcast up to my capture card, so I can stream from it. Yeah. So I did that, and I went through the whole thing. It's just as beautiful as I remember from 2000. And then I got a burned copy of 2. So I figured, all right, I'll just play this until the re-release comes out, which I had already pre-ordered on Amazon. So I played through all disc 1. Took me like 4 nights, maybe 6 hours, 5 hours to get through it, and then disc 2 didn't work.
Oh no!
So I got another copy from the same guy that lent me the copy of the first one, and originally, and that disc 2 didn't work either. So I gave up. I'm like, all right, forget it. I'll just play through it when the re-release comes out. So the re-release came out, whatever it was, August 21st. I played through what I knew was disc 1. Yeah. It's interesting because the Dreamcast one will say, okay, now save your game here and insert disc 2, but the PS4 re-release will just get a black screen and it'll flash for 2 or 3 seconds, and like that's where the change disc now screen was, and they just kind of removed it.
Yeah.
So I'm towards the end of disc 2 now, but again, this is the first time I'm playing 1. I mean, I'm playing 2, so I'm like super excited. I've been streaming it all the time. I'm streaming it again when we go off the air in a little bit. I don't want to finish it too quick though, because 3 is still a year away. But
like you still have forever.
And and the cool thing about they did a Kickstarter for 3, and I backed it like 3 years ago when it first came out for PC.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think it's going to be a Steam, I would imagine, because I think one of the re-release I think is Steam also, right? If I remember correctly. I don't think they did like an actual hard copy release. I think it's just a Steam game right now. But 3 I backed for PC, and then somewhere along the line I'm like, oh, you know what, I might as well get the PS4 also. So I added the PS4, and then a month later I added like, let me just upgrade the PC one to like the big super cool new box edition thing. So
yeah,
I must have like $160 into this Kickstarter by now for like a $40 game what it was originally.
Hey, but
I'm like so excited. I can't wait to get 3. And they they people asked, of course, a million questions about 3 at the convention, and both Corey Marshall and Adam Korlick were like, honestly, like, we haven't even gotten a script yet, so I really can't even answer any questions about it. Like, I know that they're sending me to Japan, like, whatever day it is, to like film stuff or whatever, but we haven't gotten a script. And I think that's to me, that's like Sean, you mentioned like intricate detail and stuff before. Like, that's one of the coolest parts about this game for me, is that it's so legit. Like, I have a friend, Brian, that was in the Navy, and he was stationed actually in Dobuita in Japan, where a lot of takes place. So while I'm streaming it a couple months ago on my Twitch, he's in the chat room going, wow, man, like, this looks exactly like when I was there. And like, I know if you go this way, there's like a park over here. And I turn that way in the game, and the park is right there. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So the one guy, Adam, at the convention Saturday was like, yeah, Sega sent me to Japan to just drive around and film stuff of pictures of the area and video of the area for 3 that's going to be put in the game. And like, I don't know if you know anything about Kowloon, China, but it used to be, it was called the Walled City, where it was just full of crime to the point where police wouldn't go there. So it was basically a whole it was a whole separate section of China that you couldn't get to just on the mainland. I think you had to like boat there or something, or it had to go through woods or something like that to get there. But it was completely isolated. It was nothing but drugs, crime, and hookers and booze, from what I hear. It's on Wikipedia, but that's how it is in the game too. And I didn't know that. I thought it was just a video game. But the same thing as my buddy Brian from that was in the Navy. There was another guy in my chat room when I first started streaming too, that was like, this is all legit. Like, if you look at this on Wikipedia, this is all real stuff. And I'm like, that's amazing. And then like that night, as I was streaming, like, my fiance like texted me the link because she was watching the stream as well, and it's all legit. I'm like, this is amazingly accurate. It's so cool. Now it's like a park, and it's only been a park since like 95, so that's somewhat recent for this. It's like been like I don't know what the word is, normal now, I guess is the word, but like back then it was just a huge hate. It was run by the Chiyu men, which is the Chinese mafia, and so all this is depicted in the game super accurately, and it's like completely amazing to me. That's like one of my favorite aspects of this game, is the accuracy and the I don't know what the word is, I don't know, the realism.
We'll call it fidelity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Man, I haven't shut up in like 15 minutes.
Well,
I'm really excited about that.
That's why I was like, if we're gonna have Joey on, I know he was super excited about Shenmue. Let's talk about Shenmue. And and you know what, Courtney and I might not be able to input stuff, but we'll learn a thing or two.
And here's the autographed PS4 version too.
Oh, very nice.
Just have to show them all off. The post, and there's the poster part.
Nice.
Very awesome.
I don't really know what it says. I know his name is Corey Marshall. I don't know what the hell that says. It just looks like a circle and a line to me, but whatever.
We do have a question from the chat.
I saw him do it.
What year is 3 set in?
Oh God.
Because
I don't even know what year 2 is set in.
If I recall, from what I read on Wikipedia, it seems like 2 is a continuation from 1, but it's only it's only a few years later.
I'm assuming it's still in the 80s. 2, 3, I have no idea. I know 1 is 86.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you start, it says it. I actually feel stupid for not knowing, because on every single screen, when you go to a new zone, like in WoW, you get the loading screen when you go into an instance.
Yeah.
So the same thing happens here, and it actually tells you like the date is January 1st, 1925, or whatever, 1985. I mean, so I feel dumb not knowing, because I've just played it last night for like 3 hours. I streamed it for 3 hours. I have no idea. So I don't know what year 2 is set in, and I don't know what year 3 is set in.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, I don't know if this was BS or not, but they said that they hadn't received a script yet for 3, so maybe it's not decided yet. But
yeah,
they might have NDAs though, and they can't say anything yet.
Yeah. Well,
that would be a tricky way of saying it.
NDA, but it's possible.
But it's the thing that concerns me is it's less than a year away now. So if they don't have a script or a setting or a time frame yet, then hurry up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I was pushed back, because it was supposed to be August of 2018 originally.
Yeah.
And maybe I think it was earlier than that because the Kickstarter started in 2015, but maybe that's why it was pushed back in the first place. Is those details weren't worked out yet.
Yeah. So
possibly.
But I love Shenmue. #Shenmue. I love you. And it was meeting. Let me just add one last thing. Meeting Corey Marshall and meeting Adam Korlick made my weekend. Like I'm an enormous Blizzard fan. I'm a huge World of Warcraft guy. I've been playing WoW since the beta in mid 2004 before it was released. So meeting Chris Metzen and building a friendship with him, and now when when my fiance and I go to California, we have lunch with him and stuff. So meeting him and building that friendship was like meeting a video game god to me. That's how it was meeting Corey Marshall Saturday. It was amazing. And for him to be as humble as he was and like not think that people would care. Like he would leave his table and go like to the men's room and people would stop him for pictures or whatever. And he was like, I don't even know how people recognize me or like know who I am. Like I like people literally have never seen me. I'm just a voice. But like, I'm like, dude, people know who you are, man.
Dude, we'll figure out who voice actors are.
Right. Absolutely.
So meeting figure you out.
And what was funny was like voice acting, it wasn't like growing up, it wasn't something that I really paid attention to in the games that did, right? Because Nintendo's notorious for not doing VA in their games.
Right.
But I think ever since watching I Know That Voice, John DiMaggio's documentary on voice acting.
I've heard of that. I've never seen it before, but
it's really good. And then having watched stuff like Critical Role, which features prominent voice actors, now, I'll be either watching a TV show or I'll be playing a game or whatever, and I'm like, oh, well, that's Laura Bailey. That's Travis Willingham.
Yep.
That is the eternal Taliesin Jaffe.
Yes.
Or
really
I won't recognize
it. Ashley Johnson and stuff now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Or like I won't know, and then I'll find out who it was, and then I will just be amazed. Right. But yeah, so it's something that I'm paying more attention to now and really getting involved in. So yeah.
Well, check out @Corey Marshall VO on Twitter.
Yes.
And Adam Korlick, which I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or just go to my Twitter, Joey Image, and you'll find I tagged them in the tweets about this podcast so they could retweet it, which they did.
I will have to unmute Shenmue, which I think it's safe to do so now.
You won't see my tweets unless
you
unmute the Shenmue keyword.
Hey, the only reason why I did it was because I wasn't seeing anything else in my feed. It was just like post from Joey 24/7.
Now that I know that, I'm gonna spell it differently, so you have to see it.
Well, no, I'll go in and unmute it. It's
that's no fun.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up the news for this week. So, Courtney, why don't we discuss what's been going on this week in 8-Bit Adventures?
Yeah.
I wore an 8-Bit T-shirt, by the way, just for this.
Yes, I can only see the header on it. But,
Star Wars.
Okay. Oh, so we got. Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just Vader and 2 Stormtroopers in like 8-bit graphics.
Oh, that's
really,
so cool.
I love this shirt.
Nice. All right, so this week, no comic, as I said last week, but we do have some D&D character art for an upcoming project that we have of Gorm the Goliath Barbarian, protector of friends, purveyor of citrus. So that is up on the website right now. I am starting more regular streaming stuff, so tomorrow night, Thursday, September 20th, at 8 p.m.
Maybe we can get in the chat room.
Oh my goodness! What? The legendary Wicked Kitten. Oh man. Hi, Monica.
Hi.
8-Bit Adventures Game Night going to be starting Thursdays at 8 p.m. Just going to do world questing in Warcraft, maybe some island expeditions and stuff.
On Twitch, you're talking?
Yeah, so it'll be on Twitch.
I may have to join you for some of those.
Oh,
wait a minute. Are we in the same... Oh, I guess it doesn't even matter if you're on the same server anymore, as long as you're the same faction.
Right. About that.
Oh, you're not. Wait a minute. You're Alliance.
That's right.
I did know that. I did know that.
Okay,
I guess we can.
Wait a second. Can I say that I'm really proud of now because I knew that you guys weren't on the same faction.
Yep.
It took me a second, but it clicked at the last minute. Like, wait a minute, like, we've never played together because of that.
Yeah, and the fact that me, the one who is pretty illiterate to WoW, knew that about you guys.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Stuff is sticking. I
but yeah,
swear.
so you can catch the adventures of Saurian of Darnassus with his trusty turtle Speedy, grinding reputation for the Tortolan Seekers.
I love a turtle named Speedy. That's brilliant.
Yes,
I like that a lot.
So
I'll definitely log on and watch.
So a little backstory. Anytime there's a turtle in a game that you can name, right? I name it Speedy because growing up, as a child of the 90s, like late 80s, I was super into Beanie Babies growing up, and my favorite Beanie Baby was a turtle named Speedy, and he has the same sort of color scheme that like the little in-game turtle pets do.
Yep.
Yes.
Also to match the old Children's Week reward companion named Speedy. Like my actual hunter pet is named Speedy. I have the little companion pet named Speedy. I've got the like Pandarian dragon turtle mount that I ride around on that has the same color scheme. This is where sort of the Speedy character in the 8-Bit Adventures comics comes from. And yeah, so like I have Pokemon that are named Speedy. Like I have a Torterra and a Blastoise and everything. They're all named Speedy.
Yep. And Speedy goes rar.
Speedy goes rar, which is a T-shirt that is available from 8-Bit Adventures when we finally set up a store, which will come
Sounds
at
like
some
an animated
point.
movie name.
Speedy goes rar.
Yeah, like that could be an animated title.
So fun fact is, if we get enough patrons, is that we're about halfway to the goal right now. Is Speedy Goes Rar will actually be a patrons only comic that will be available.
Nice.
So it'll basically be like the Adventures of Speedy, which will be a special patrons only comic for Patreon.
Based
patrons.
in Azeroth or based in the Warcraft?
So it'll be based in sort of the 8-Bit Adventures world, which so for those who don't know,
that's cool.
The 8-Bit Adventures world is
I wish I could be that creative.
It feels a little cheap now that Wreck-It Ralph is a thing. But the idea was this idea that I had way back in 2006 or 7 when I was in college. I started doing comics for like the college humor magazine that many of my friends were on the staff of. And the idea was that there is a sort of shared world similar like you have in Wreck-It Ralph, where all the video games are connected to each other kind of a thing. So you can have like, Mario can go hang out with Sonic, or, Bowser can be in a support group with Zangief and Dracula and like Inky and Blinky, kind of a thing, like a villain support group.
How do Inky and Blinky get up on the chairs when they're in the group?
Well, they're ghosts. They can just float up.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Float up and they go.
I was thinking like they don't have legs, so how do they hop up there?
Nah, dude, they're ghosts.
Maybe they're in support groups because their floating doesn't work.
Yeah.
They lost their ability.
They're in.
I don't know. I don't want to write these. I don't want to write these now.
Oh, Courtney.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're in support because they're lost their. You can have that idea. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. But so I have a bunch of characters that I made. So Iggy Scales, Melody Star Song, Frogdoor, Iggy's pet frog. So we'll get to Cornflakes in a moment. And Speedy, these are all my own characters, and the idea is that they're NPCs, right? They don't have games of their own, so they appear like in other people's games. And the idea is it's like Wreck-It Ralph meets Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So video game characters, like, they will go and they will have to go to sort of game developer studios and apply for roles in games. That's sort of like how the Toons, had to go to like movie studios and apply to be in cartoons and stuff like that. And if cast, they might get a bit part that's like, like if Iggy applied to be into World of Warcraft, he might be like Sorok number 52 that spawns in Krasarang kind of a thing. So they live in like this little small town and everything, and they have their own little adventures and daily life sort of stuff. But like, and the idea is I have to be a little careful to do it as parody and everything. But the idea is you can get to the Mushroom Kingdom, you can get to Hyrule, you can get to Azeroth, any game world you can get to from other game worlds, kind of a thing. And it's just some people may or may not have licenses to cross over. Like a lot of the big name people, like Mario, Link. You know, may not necessarily cross over into certain realms, like because you know that it's like a non-competing clause kind of a thing. Like Mario won't show up in Azeroth if you know Arthas doesn't show up in the Mushroom Kingdom, kind of a thing.
It's like a talent exchange.
Yes, yeah,
that's awesome.
So I have in sort of the first couple of strips in chapter 1 is Illidan shows up and confronts Speedy because as an Easter egg in a prior sort of incarnation of this comic, Speedy, being a character that exists in Warcraft, runs Black Temple and goes in, beats up Illidan, and takes his Warglaves. And this was around the time Legion was coming out, so Illidan shows up and he's like, hey, can I have those back? I kind of need them. Right, Azeroth's in trouble. Are you going to come back and help? And Speedy only speaks in Rar.
I was just going to ask, the Speedy talk?
He just says Rar.
Speedy goes Rar.
He's like Chewbacca. And right, he makes the same noise. Everybody else understands what he's saying, but it is never transcribed for the reader. They have to infer what he says based on other people's reactions.
Because Speedy goes Rar.
Speedy goes Rar. He begrudgingly gives the Warglaves back to Illidan, and then he goes away. And then, you know, a couple times there's like a running gag in the comic is occasionally like one of Tyranda's owls from Heroes of the Storm will just fly by, because if they don't hit anything, they just keep going. And so like it traverses like several worlds until the cooldown's back.
Yep.
So yeah, so we have this, and Cornflakes, one of the other main characters. Cornflakes is a gnome. Cornflakes is actually from Azeroth. Cornflakes is my primary alt character. So if I run out of world quests to do, we may actually see Cornflakes in action on the stream on Thursday, or on the next game night stream. Or I may just, you know, craft stuff because I need her for engineering. So yeah, so she's like a former high tinkerer for Mecha Torque kind of a thing that like decided, Azeroth's kind of boned. I'm gonna peace out, and basically takes up adventuring life elsewhere. But because it's elsewhere, you know, she's not level 110 or 111 or whatever. She's got to start over at level 1. So she's like, oh, well, I'm a level 1 adventurer. I can do level 1 adventurous stuff like magic missile, magic missile, magic missile. So, so yeah, so that's kind of talking about the comic a little bit, and where
I really like the idea of Illidan and the Mushroom Kingdom and Mario and Azeroth.
I mean, we did get Larion and Muiji in Muijin in the original version of Ungoro Crater, but they took the quests out. And actually, you if you go to Ungoro, where they used to be, in Lincoln, yes, you actually find a bunch of graves.
Lincoln's boomerang.
Yes, I still have Lincoln's boomerang.
I got rid of it years ago, and I always wished I didn't.
But yeah, you actually
you
find
need to be a pack rat. Never get rid of anything.
I don't anymore now. I have stuff from 3 expansions ago still in my bank that I'll never use again. But
you actually find that all those characters died during some not the cataclysm, but during some events in Ungoro.
Oh,
Crater.
Is there graves there?
Yeah, there's graves there
in Ungoro.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go check that
out. And then during special events, Dodonga will show up as a ghost and fight people. But yeah, so 8-Bit Adventures Game Night on Thursdays at 8 p.m. and then 8-Bit Art Stream on
is that 8 p.m. Eastern or no?
What's that?
Is that 8 p.m.
Yes, Eastern? All Eastern time. We are in Western Massachusetts. So
why did I know that? I thought you were somewhere else I thought you were on the West Coast for some reason.
I mean, it's I follow Frog Pants stuff, so most people are on the West Coast there, or in the
we follow
or in
stuff
the
all the way
quote
around
unquote only time zone that matters. Which
how far are you from Boston?
So
about 3 hours.
We're it's like 2.5 to 3 hours from Boston.
I'll be there in a couple weeks.
We are.
I'll be in Boston and Plymouth in a few weeks.
Nice.
For like 5 days.
I mean, I'll be on the Cape in a few weeks. We're looking at my fiance and I are looking at wedding venues on the Cape. So
nice.
Yeah.
And I will be watching the puppy.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so
But
sorry, I'm getting distracted by chat.
I was just saying, did you see that?
Yes. So
sorry, I don't have access to chat.
Yeah, so all of these times will be in Eastern Standard Time. 8-bit art stream will be Mondays. We're also going to do that at 8 p.m. And that'll just be some artwork that I decide to work on. The next couple of weeks might be maps for a D&D game, as those need to get made, or it might be other D&D characters, kind of a thing. Yes. Comic will resume next Monday, so expect more adventures of Melody in Legends of the Hidden Iron Chef.
Yes, I need to figure out what Melody does in the room of the monkeys.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about it this morning, and I'm gonna put some twists on it. I'm really excited.
See, you get all excited, but then you don't tell me anything, and you make me
wait. Courtney, because you're the one that gets most excited about what's gonna happen, so I can't tell you naturally.
No, I legitimately do. I'm so excited. I waited for this arc for, gosh, Sean, how long did I bother you for? What's Melody up to? What's Melody up to?
So I believe let's see. I was talking about somebody with this. I was talking about a friend of mine from college. And it was, I think, a total of like 20 weeks or something, because that was how long the first part of this chapter took.
Yeah.
Where the boys and Cornflakes find a sword. And in the meantime, Melody goes on a quest of personal growth, cooking skills, and magical talent.
Yes.
So that's the big stuff. Still, we are not yet ready to reveal any information on Super Secret Sauce Project. So, things got bumped on the progress of that. So it does bump the announcement of it. So. But we will announce it. So we are making an announcement of an announcement, and that will be, we will announce it when we're ready.
That's the best that we've got right now. Yeah.
So, all right. Normally we would do quest log. I think we're gonna cut quest log this week. And we'll pick it back up.
Did I talk too long before about Shenmue?
No, it's fine.
You're fine.
It's totally fine. I've gotten used to doing a 90-minute thing. Because it takes 20 minutes to upload on YouTube. For whatever reason, when we go to 2 hours, it increases the time from like 20 minutes to upload on YouTube to like an hour. And I don't know why. Yeah. So
that drives me nuts.
Plus, we're in the middle of our Playing with Class series. And so it would be nice to have Josh for that as another fellow dungeon master, so that we can talk about the Druid.
Because they need to teach me.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really what
I haven't played D&D since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to is these guys are really actually teaching me.
You'd be surprised. So things have kind of come almost full circle since then. So this edition is kind of like a mix of second and third edition.
I want to buy a new Dungeon Master's Guide, a current one. Just to have it. I mean, I don't know if I don't even know. Like, I don't know anyone that to play with, other than like maybe via Twitch or whatever. But I would love to just buy a new one.
So what's interesting, Joey, is that you can actually pick up the basic rules for 5th edition for free.
Oh,
yeah. They have kind of just like a rules light version,
right.
as a free PDF that you can download from wizards.com/DND.
Sold.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then from there, you just like you can run a game with that. And then decide like, oh yeah, I might be interested in this. I'll pick it up. But yeah, so we'll pick up next week with our Playing with Class series. We're going to talk about the Druid, which is basically a shape-shifting NU, a mystic's guide to working with the natural elements of the world, and making sure that your fur is all sorts of dry and nice when you shift back into human form. Or elf form, or humanoid form.
So not turning into a goldfish and jumping off a cliff?
No, that's not good druid form.
Here we go. 63 pages. Got it.
Yep.
Thank you for that tip, by the way.
Yeah. I am always willing and ready and want to help people either introduce people or get people back into D&D. And
it's been so long. I'm 41 now. Okay, I graduated high school in 1995, so it's been at least since 92 or 93 since I played.
Yeah. So all right, I'll give you a little bit of a primer. So this is a little mini quest log how to play newer editions of D&D. So it uses what's called the D20 system. So you use a 20-sided die.
Right.
And that's basically what you roll for attacks, for what are known as or for your save throws, which were still a thing in second edition. So attacks, save throws, skill checks, and then what you do is you add modifiers to it, and then you're just beating a target number. FACO's no longer a thing.
What?
Courtney, we'll discuss that in a future episode of Questlog.
Actually, I don't even want to know because it's something that's past something I'm not using.
It's an acronym that stands for 2-hit armor class 0. Because armor class started at 10, and as you got better, it went down to -10.
Oh.
So
okay.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us for this podcast. Thank you, Joey, for coming back and
thank you so much for inviting me.
Internet land again.
There's actually there's Dungeon Master rules and then there's players rules. So
yes,
I'm gonna end up downloading both of them. I'll probably print them at work when my boss is not around.
That's a smart idea.
The players rules 114 pages, and my boss happens to be off half day tomorrow. So
there you
go.
Hopefully, she's not listening to this.
So, if you enjoyed this podcast and you enjoy and you would like to see more of the streams, if you enjoy any of our video content or any of the artwork and want to see more of it, you can head on over to 8bitadventures.com. That's the number 8-bitadventures.com. And over there you can find all that stuff as well as all of 8-Bit Adventures' social media links.
Yes.
If you like that content and you want to support that content, please consider heading over to patreon.com/8bitadventures. We have the link in the upper right corner of the screen there, and consider becoming a patron. As I said, we're about halfway to our first goal, and if we unlock that, I will give everybody a special Speedy Goes RAR comic each month.
Yay!
So, special patrons-only comic. Our opening and closing theme is One Up by the illustrious Professor Shy Guy. You can find his work over at professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. Please consider throwing him some support. He does some great chiptune music, and he's got some great covers of stuff. That's going to wrap it up. Joey, do you have anything you would like to promote?
Twitter.com/JoeyImage, Facebook.com/RealJoeyImage, and my main focus these days has just been Twitch, twitch.tv/JoeyImage. And I do have a wedding to save for, so if anybody wants to throw me a couple bucks, ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. Shirts are only $20. I get less than half of it, but more than zero, so that's good enough for me. And there's like 9 designs, and they're all awesome. There's some video game related stuff on there. There's a Pokemon Go shirt. There's a GTA 5 shirt. Just go buy some stuff. Thanks.
Dude, I bet my bosses would let me wear that Pokemon Go shirt. I'm gonna have to look at it now.
Probably. So with that, folks,
both of the boys are getting married, so let's help them out.
Yeah,
please.
With that,
everyone, I had to push my wedding back a year because of money, because we couldn't afford the phone.
Have fun, everyone. Happy gaming, and enjoy your pie cake.
Bye, everybody.
Cake is a lie.
Alliance forever.
Incorrect.
Oh, so there we go.
So your comic is a webcomic?
It is a webcomic, yeah.
That's awesome.
So and if you go to that site, it's just like front and center on the page. You have to scroll down. There's a header image, and then there's basically like portfolio links, and then once you get past that, it goes into a big splash image for the comic.
So you should do some kind of Patreon goal where you I don't know, printed copies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always trying to.
I think at $5 is you get a cameo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, at $5 a month you get a cameo.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I can show up in my wrestling gear.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm in a comic already, but I would love to be in a second one.
Absolutely.
So it's basically like a small cameo kind of a thing, because what's up?
So according to Netflix's page, at 11:38 this morning, a reimagined live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series is coming to Netflix from the original creators.
Yeah.
Please,
so
please,
just
please
FYI,
don't mess it up. Please don't
just
mess
FYI, we are still streaming or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but
are we still live on Twitch?
Yeah, we're still live on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So the audio version is done now?
The audio version's done.
Okay.
What I'll do is once I cut the stream, it's basically I trim off the front and the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the only editing that I do. 113 episodes in, and the only editing that I've done is for like 3 episodes, and one of them is the last time you were on, Joey.
Oh my gosh,
when I failed to record my own audio.
I must talk too much, man. I mean, I do.
It's when I failed to record my own audio, and I had to take your guys' audio and then run it through Audacity.
I remember this.
And then I had to basically re-record myself responding to the conversations that were happening and trying to make sense of it as like what I was doing. And then the best part was like nobody knew. People know now, and now they can be impressed.
Had no idea, but it was just like,
and we still ended up with like an hour and a half worth of material.
I remember you telling me about this like the following week or something. I'm like,
I was like, oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, that was fun.
I believe the title of that episode was Poop Jokes and Joey. Since we talked about Blizzard's infatuation with
oh my god.
Yeah.
There's every expansion's got to have some kind of quest where you have to like go to an outhouse and get linen to give someone his toilet paper or something. Oh my.
Thank you for stopping by, Wicked Kitten. That you know what, that actually means a lot to me. That a prestigious member from the Frog Pants community, besides Joey,
her, by the way,
would stop by.
I'm such a huge fan of hers. I love her.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for stopping by, and Joey, thank you again for coming on with us tonight.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I will talk about Shenmue any day. I'm actually gonna hop off now so I can get my own stream started after I
and I'm gonna
10-minute break.
I'm gonna cut the stream here.
I was gonna say I need to go eat dinner.
Yeah,
I will once you guys post the link or whatever whenever it's the audio and I guess the video is already on here.
So the video will be on here. I'm also gonna post it to YouTube. But yeah, I'll let you know when those links are live. They'll be live later
I'll
tonight.
retweet whatever links. Just tag me in the tweets and then I'll retweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Talk to y'all later. Thank you so much.
Guys.
See ya.
Bye.